The sun was setting behind the rugged hills, painting the sky orange and gold. A peaceful city road twisted through the terrain, calm and quiet, until a black SUV roared into view. It weaved through traffic, nearly clipping cars, the engine screaming as it pushed past its limits. Inside the vehicle were 3 men, armed, sweating, and tense. One clutched an assault rifle, eyes darting in every direction. Suddenly, dispatch came through the radio in a crackling voice. All units, code red in progress. Armed suspects fleeing westbound on Hilltop Road in a black SUV. Suspected in an earlier armed robbery. Approach with extreme caution. Miles behind, 2 patrol cruisers burst onto the road. Sirens wailed, red and blue lights slicing through the dust. Officer Jake Morgan led the pursuit, his jaw clenched, eyes locked ahead. "They're not getting away," he growled, shifting gears and pushing the car harder. The SUV darted around a tight corner, its tires spitting gravel dangerously close to a steep drop. One of the squad cars behind slid, fishtailed briefly, but regained control. Tension built with every second. Without warning, the SUV's rear window dropped. A man leaned out and opened fire. Muzzle flashes lit up the road as bullets slammed into the hood and grille of the nearest cruiser. Sparks flew. "Shots fired! Shots fired!" Officer Luis Carter yelled into his radio. "We're taking fire. Requesting immediate backup. If we've got a bird in the air, now's the time." The SUV surged forward again, desperate to escape. It didn't slow as it approached a civilian vehicle, a red sedan in the wrong place at the wrong time. The SUV rammed it aside, sending it spinning off the road and crashing into a tree. Glass shattered. Screams rang out. From the cruiser, Morgan took aim and returned fire, carefully, precisely. His bullet struck the rear tire of the SUV. The rubber exploded. The SUV wobbled, then slammed into a guardrail, flipped, spun in midair, and landed hard on its side, metal grinding against asphalt. The 3 suspects crawled from the wreckage, bloody but not broken. One fired wildly behind him as they made a run for the hills. Officers spread out, following in formation. In the sky above, a helicopter hovered, shining a bright white beam over the scene. "Suspects heading north, uphill," came the pilot's voice through comms. Officers in pursuit on foot. The criminals disappeared into the trees and brush, eventually reaching a long-abandoned cabin near the ridge. Gunfire erupted. Bullets tore through the wooden walls. Officers ducked behind rocks and logs, trading shots with the suspects as the sun vanished behind the hills. One of the suspects panicked, pulling a grenade from his jacket. He yanked the pin, threw it too short, and it exploded at his feet, sending him flying, bloodied and screaming. Another suspect tried to run but was clipped in the leg, collapsing. In the chaos, Morgan saw his chance. He sprinted from cover, dove forward, and tackled the last standing man to the ground. They wrestled briefly until Morgan pinned him, panting. "It's over," he said. "You're done." Minutes later, flashing red and blue lights filled the scene. Ambulances arrived. The buzz of a helicopter faded. Officers regrouped, wounded but alive. The suspects were in cuffs. Silence returned to the hills, broken only by quiet radio chatter. A voiceover echoed across the fading scene. In the hills where crime tried to outrun justice, the law climbed higher. Another day, another victory. The events that unfolded during the high-octane police pursuit through the hilly outskirts of the city serve as more than just an action-packed narrative. They reflect the intense, often dangerous realities of law enforcement and the unrelenting commitment officers display when faced with high-risk situations. The story began with a sudden disruption to the otherwise tranquil landscape, and it evolved into a symphony of sirens, gunfire, and adrenaline. But at its core, this wasn't just a chase. It was a battle between lawlessness and order, chaos and control. From the moment the black SUV burst onto the scene, swerving dangerously along the Hillside road, it was clear this would not end in a routine arrest. The suspects, desperate and reckless, had already crossed a line. Their decision to fire upon officers escalated the incident from a pursuit to a deadly confrontation. Yet, the officers involved did not falter. Officer Jake Morgan and Officer Louise Carter exemplified the poise, precision, and courage demanded of those who serve and protect. Despite being fired upon, despite the life-threatening risks, they held their line and remained determined to bring the suspects to justice. The civilians caught in the crossfire of this chaos underscore the fragile line between public safety and sudden disaster. The red sedan that was struck, spinning out of control and crashing, is a harsh reminder of how criminal actions can ripple outward, endangering innocent lives. The officers' quick response and measured return of fire, aimed specifically to disable rather than kill, is a testament to their training and restraint. It's easy to glorify these moments with cinematic flair, but in reality, such situations demand rapid judgment under extreme pressure. The aerial support added another layer of strategic coordination to the pursuit. The helicopter's presence symbolized not only technological advantage, but the broader support structure that backs officers on the ground. It was this aerial view that allowed teams to continue pursuit through the rugged hills, ensuring no escape, even when the suspects fled on foot. This coordination is a hallmark of modern policing, where communication and precision make the difference between capture and escape. When the suspects reached the abandoned cabin, the scene transformed into a standoff. It was no longer just about speed or pursuit.